Did you know that Li Ka-Shing, once a poor refugee boy forced to drop out of school, went on to become one of the richest men in Asia and a global business legend, proving that persistence and resilience can transform failure into fortune? Because while today he is celebrated as the Superman of Asia, his beginnings were filled with unimaginable hardship, sacrifice, and rejection. Since Li Ka-Shing was born in 1928 in Chaozhou, China, and his childhood was shattered when the Second Sino-Japanese War forced his family to flee to Hong Kong, where tragedy struck again when his father died of tuberculosis, leaving young Li as the family's sole breadwinner at just 15 years old. And with no choice but to survive, he dropped out of school and took grueling jobs in factories making watch straps and plastics, working long hours for tiny wages. Yet instead of breaking him, these struggles built his discipline, resilience, and hunger for success. And while many doubted his abilities and dismissed him as just another poor boy from a refugee family, Li refused to accept defeat, teaching himself business skills at night, learning from every mistake, and saving every possible penny. And even when his early attempts at growth failed, leaving him humiliated and on the edge of collapse, he refused to give up, continuing to look for opportunity. Until in 1950, he finally founded his own company, Cheung Kong Industries, producing plastic flowers. Facing fierce competition and limited resources, but armed with relentless drive and vision, and when his breakthrough came, supplying plastic flowers that looked so real they attracted orders from across the world, Li Ka-Shing transformed failure into fortune, reinvesting every profit and expanding into real estate, shipping, ports, telecommunications, and retail, building an empire known today as CK Hutchison Holdings, one of the largest multinational conglomerates in the world. And yet, despite his billions, Li remained humble, disciplined, and deeply committed to philanthropy, donating billions to education, healthcare, and social causes, becoming not only a business giant but also a humanitarian. And through every stage of his life, his story teaches us that failure is not the opposite of success, but the foundation of it. Because without losing his father, without being forced to work in factories, without rejections and struggles, he would never have built the resilience needed to rise. And so Li Ka-Shing's journey proves that no matter how poor you start, no matter how many rejections or setbacks life throws your way, if you keep learning, keep adapting, and refuse to quit, you can transform your destiny and build a fortune from nothing, just like Li Ka-Shing.